It's Sunday night. You're on the couch, binge watching your favorite show. When you feel it creeping in, that familiar cloud in the back of your mind. It's not sadness, not stress. It's that pre-Monday feeling slowly poisoning your last drop of freedom. Sound familiar? Then you know the journey we're about to take. The 6 stages of grief for your weekend. Stick around because we're not here to mourn. We're here to laugh at this beautifully ridiculous weekly breakdown we all pretend is normal. Chapter 1. The Great Sunday Delusion. This glorious stage begins around 3 p.m. on Sunday. You're at the peak of your power, high on leisure, and dangerously low on foresight. This is when you make grand, hilariously ambitious plans. You tell yourself, tomorrow morning, I'm going to wake up early and go for a run, fully aware that the only running you'll do is running late to your first meeting. You'll meal prep, organize your entire life, maybe even start that side business you've been talking about for 3 years. Your optimistic Sunday self is a completely different person than your Monday self. It's like comparing a majestic, soaring eagle to a pigeon that just flew headfirst into a window. Sunday you is basically a life coach with unlimited energy and zero understanding of physics. You genuinely believe you can fit 18 hours of productivity and self-improvement into a single Monday, the equivalent of trying to park a bus in a bicycle rack. For these few golden hours, you are an emperor, and your empire has one simple law. The word Monday has been outlawed and replaced with Opportunity Day. But as history teaches us, every great empire is destined to fall, and your reign is about to end in the most pathetic, predictable way imaginable. The Sunday delusion is beautiful while it lasts, but like all delusions, it's about to meet reality head-on. Chapter 2. The Sunday Scaries hit. The vibes have shifted, the sun has set, the fun is officially over. The air in your home, once filled with the sweet scent of freedom, now smells faintly of dread and impending deadlines. Suddenly, you remember you have a job with tasks, deadlines, and that one coworker who always types just a gentle reminder in a way that feels distinctly not gentle. The dread begins with a single trigger, a notification on your phone. Oh no. No. Quick question for Monday? That's a lie. That's a trap. Nothing good has ever followed those words. There are no quick questions. It's a 3-hour problem disguised as a 4-word sentence. The period at the end looks aggressive. Is that an aggressive period? He's definitely mad. Should I respond now or pretend I didn't see it until tomorrow? If I respond now, I'm setting a dangerous precedent. If I don't, I'm the lazy one. That message will haunt your dreams. You make the fatal mistake of thinking about your schedule, the 8 a.m. quick huddle, the Friday afternoon urgent request that somehow became a Monday morning crisis. Your brain, which 5 hours ago was a beautiful empty field, now has 100 tabs open. They're all loading at once, and you can't find where the damn music is coming from. You start doing weird, anxious things. You lay out your work-from-home outfit, the one collared shirt that doesn't have a mysterious coffee stain from the last Monday, as if you're preparing for your own execution. You clean the kitchen with frantic energy, as if spotless counters could somehow make Monday more bearable. You stare at your work laptop. It's closed, but you feel its judgment. It knows you didn't circle back on anything. It knows you spent Friday afternoon doing anything but leveraging synergies. The scares are here, and they've brought friends, anxiety, regret, and that special Sunday night flavor of existential dread. Chapter 3. The Alarm Clock Assault. It's Monday morning. Your alarm doesn't just wake you up, it attacks. A digital declaration of war. You're not waking up, you're being activated, like some kind of corporate sleeper agent. Your first move is a desperate slap at the phone to silence the demon. You miss 3 times, knocking over a glass of water in a slow-motion arc before finally hitting snooze. You've won the battle, but the war isn't over. Those 9 minutes of snooze are no refuge. They're a frantic, anxiety-fueled fever dream, where you try to solve all your work problems before you're even conscious. You mentally rehearse apologies for things you haven't even done wrong yet. Your inner monologue sounds like this. Sorry I'm late to a meeting that hasn't started. Sorry my brain doesn't work before 10 a.m. Sorry for the dumb question I'm going to ask in 3 hours. When the alarm goes off again, somehow louder, personally offended by your defiance, you feel worse. You sit up, Gravity has doubled. It's personally victimizing you. Your body feels like it weighs 3 times more than it did on Friday. You are no longer a free person. You are an employee. Your body is a vessel, and you must now transport it from the bed to the desk. The journey is 10 feet, but it feels like crossing Antarctica in Crocs. You flip the strap into sport mode for extra power, yet all it does is squeak sadly with every desperate step. Your optimistic Sunday self, who planned to wake up early and exercise, is nowhere to be found. That person was clearly delusional and abandoned you when you needed them most. Chapter 4. The Kitchen Negotiation. This is where you become a philosopher, a lawyer, and a world-class con artist all at once, shuffling to the coffee machine while arguing with a universe that isn't listening. Okay, think. What if I just didn't log in? What's the worst that could happen? They'd call. I could say my Wi-Fi is down. Classic. Unbeatable. Except Jerry from IT would probably drive over to fix it because he's weirdly helpful like that. Damn it, they've thought of that. New plan, sudden illness. Yes, a sudden 24-hour illness, digital laryngitis, a rare condition where your fingers are too weak to type, but your vocal cords work perfectly fine for complaining about having digital laryngitis. Doctors have never seen anything like it. It's a medical mystery. Or wait, the lottery. What if I won the lottery? I definitely bought a ticket, right? I'd email my boss from a beach in Tahiti. The subject line would just be emojis. He'd get the message. He'd probably be proud of me. Okay, lottery is a long shot. Wait, there's the goat plan, the artisanal cheese empire. I researched this last Monday during the team stand-up. I'd move to Vermont, grow a respectable beard, buy some goats, and name them after my former coworkers. Kevin would still be annoying, but at least he'd produce cheese. Wait, do goats eat a lot? How much does goat food cost? Is that profitable? Do I even like cheese that much? Probably not enough to base my entire life on it. Fine, but I'm keeping the goat farm as a backup plan. The coffee starts brewing. You accept your fate with the dignity of a condemned prisoner. Chapter 5. The Lifeless Login. Armed with caffeine but devoid of spirit, you've accepted your fate. You sit at your desk, take a deep breath, and log in. Your computer takes exactly 47 seconds to boot, just enough time to question every life choice that led you here. Then, ding, you're connected to the Matrix. You open your email. The number in bold, 78 unread messages, each one capable of ruining your entire day. You start sorting them into mental buckets of pain. The gentle reminders bucket, actually the most passive-aggressive. The can you just bucket for tasks that mysteriously take 4 hours longer than promised. The quick question bucket, which has never, in the history of corporate communication, been quick. Action required. Your only required action should be breathing, but apparently that's not enough anymore. Circling back? Let's not. Let's circle forward, directly into the weekend. Is time travel a thing yet? Maybe that should be my next career pivot. Forget goats. I'll become a time travel entrepreneur. You scroll through meeting invites that sprouted over the weekend like weeds. Daily sync, brief huddle, touch base. Someone really went wild with the scheduling button. You stare at your calendar. Tuesday is completely blocked with back-to-back meetings. Wednesday isn't much better. Actual work will apparently happen in the magical gaps between brief huddles that are never actually brief. You don't feel anger. You don't feel sadness. You just feel tired. Like you've already worked a full day before even starting. Chapter 6. The Productivity Performance. And finally, the most impressive shift of all. You've seen the tasks, accepted reality, and now you have to convince everyone else that you're a happy, functioning, highly engaged member of society. The performance begins. You open Slack with the enthusiasm of someone who definitely didn't just spend 10 minutes staring at the ceiling, wondering if this is what adult life was supposed to feel like. Happy Monday, team! Hope everyone had a great weekend and is ready to crush it. Let's proactively circle back to synergize our core deliverables and leverage the low-hanging fruit before we touch base on those action items. So many synergies to be had. Can't wait to ideate some solutions. The exclamation marks are doing heavy lifting here. Each one represents a small piece of your soul that died while typing that sentence. You join the first meeting of the day. Camera on. Smile locked in place. head nodding thoughtfully at everything. Budget reports, process improvements, Kevin's weekend fishing story, even though you're just mentally calculating how many hours remain until you can be horizontal again. That's a great point, Sarah, you hear yourself saying, even though Sarah just spent 5 minutes explaining why the old system was better. You deserve an Oscar for this performance. You are a productivity performer now. Fluent in corporate speak, you say things like, "Let's take this offline," and "I'll loop you in," with the confidence of someone who actually knows what those phrases mean. And the scariest part, you're not alone. A dozen other people are playing the exact same part, nodding, smiling, secretly wondering if their goat farm backup plan is still viable. It's the most tragic and most hilarious secret club in the world, the Society of Monday Survivors, meeting every week to pretend we're not all slowly losing our minds. Chapter 7. Making Peace with Monday. So there it is, the 6 stages of grief for your weekend. A cycle that repeats every week like a sitcom that never gets canceled. But here's the secret. It's not a tragedy, it's a comedy. A ridiculous ritual that connects all of us corporate warriors in a bond of shared, silent absurdity. Once you recognize the pattern, you can't unsee it. Every Sunday night, that familiar dread will creep in. But instead of fighting it, you can sit back and enjoy the show. You're not losing your mind. You're participating in one of the most universal human experiences since complaining about the weather. The best way to beat the Monday blues isn't to escape to a goat farm. Though I'm still keeping that option open, it's to laugh at how predictably human we all are. So here's the important part. Go to the comments and tell me the most ridiculous excuse you've ever fantasized about using to get out of a Monday. I promise I won't tell your boss. Thanks for watching.